People have beaten this to a dead horse. We just wanted to expose this awesome video. Awesome video.
All right, do you think WNBA players should get paid as much as NBA players?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I would say yes, but I think that comes from me being a woman.
Yes, but I understand the controversy. Sure.
Who's your favorite WNBA team?
I don't really watch it.
I don't know sports. I just
Sure.
know there's women and men.
Okay.
Nothing for that one.
I'm sorry.
Dude, I don't know.
You got me there.
I don't watch WNBA.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know what that is.
I don't have.
She doesn't even know what
knew that
that
was gonna
is,
come.
dude.
If you don't have one.
What is a basketball team? I don't know what that is.
She didn't know what the WNBA was.
It's already been killed. We're beating it. We're beating it to a dead.
One of the girls, here's the thing, I'm not mad at any of those girls because here's what happens is we lock ourselves into a vacuum, and it's not like we're trying to, it's just, we grow up in a household and our parents, in a lot of ways, they influence what we watch. If we grow up, even if we're rebellious, we might still watch the same news organizations. And it's just an echo chamber. They keep saying this, women deserve equal pay. Of course they deserve equal pay. And they have it. I was one of those people being like, when someone would ask me this question, I haven't done any research. I just believe that, there's no reason to pay a woman less if they're doing the exact same thing. But that's the fallacy. The circumstances are not the same.
When they talk about that 70 cents, they're talking about women's jobs as a whole versus men's jobs as a whole. You're not going as lawyers as a whole. Women lawyers are getting paid different than men lawyers. It's actually the opposite. Women are getting paid more as if you're comparing women lawyers to men lawyers.
And it's hard to match. It's very difficult to match circumstances. And listen, if you haven't done the research, it's really hard to look into these kinds of things yourself because you have a day-to-day life. And unless it's your job to uncover these stats and tell the news, you're not going to do that. And the news organizations that do this, they have an agenda and they narrow the data and they only present you with things that support their viewpoint. But it's false. And I don't blame you guys, and you shouldn't feel bad. You should be mad at the news organizations for pushing this nonsense. It's just not true. And if you knew that it wasn't true, I don't think most of you would be saying that, yeah, we agree with this. I don't think you would be doing that. I used to do that until I saw the truth.
Jordan Peterson says that there are like 22 or 23 factors that contribute to why people get paid more. And your gender is... He says that's only one of 22 reasons.
And it's not because people think less or more of someone because of their gender. It's because of facts about that gender that determine the stereotypical, the average individual of that gender's lifestyle. A woman, if they get pregnant, they're out of work for however long, right? 9 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not necessarily.
Not
9 months.
But for however long. And then what about for raising a kid? So when you get an aggregate of all women across job fields and whatever, and then you compare that to men, you're going to find that there are women who spent a large portion of their life childcare at home, not getting paid. And so when they try to re-enter the job force at 45, yes, they might have a degree, but they haven't been working for 20 years. So how on earth are they going to get paid the same? They're not. And that's what that data does not factor in.
Yeah.
And that men enter the job market earlier because they can go right into technical work like construction. And guess what? Construction is a dangerous job that pays more than teaching. And what field do women dominate? Teaching.
And then men dominate the STEM fields. Now that's changing. That's starting to change. So that's great.
But let's get back to soccer. Where would the money come from to pay women equal to men?
Basketball.
Well,
Basketball.
Let's get back to basketball. Where would the money come from to pay the athletes? The money comes from ads. The money comes from viewership. The money comes from fans supporting it. The money comes from you, the consumer. If you do not provide the money for them to pay the women an equal amount, then they cannot pay the women an equal amount without losing money.
But what about percentage, Gordon? Why can't they get paid the same percentage?
They probably could get paid. They probably do. I don't know.
Well, if you get paid the same percentage, they're still getting... that's cutting into the profits because the NBA has so much money that they could give NBA players a bigger percentage. And they could still pay all their staff to do the same thing. Now, it's different for NBA or WNBA because if they pay them the same percentage, there's not enough money in that extra percentage to pay for all those extra people. I don't know. I guess that's the only valid argument. If
that were true, then if I was a competitor, I could steal your best athletes by offering them the same percentage pay as a man would, which you currently are not. I could steal your players and make money off of you.
But here's the thing,
The fact that doesn't happen means that there's actually no advantage to doing that to the company, which means the money to support that doesn't exist.
Here's the thing, too. The WNBA is losing money every year. So what percentage of losing money are you going to give them?
None of you even watch I've never even seen the WNBA before. I barely watch sports at all. And there's a lot of people who just don't even watch sports. But for people who do watch sports, they don't watch women's sports. Whose fault is that? Over half the population is women. So whose fault is it that the WNBA doesn't have the viewership that men's sports do?
But guess what? Housewives of whatever has all the viewership. The Kardashians have all the viewership. People tearing down each other the whole time. That's what gets the views. On the women's side, anyway.
Everyone supports the idea that women should get paid the same amount for the same work. But in the entertainment industry, the sports industry, you can't just assume that every industry is making the same amount of money and that they have the ability to pay their players the same amount. That reality does not exist.
Anyway, dude. We'll see you on the next one.
These videos are supposed to be funny.
It's not funny no more. We can't do that no more.
We can't do that no more.
Don't do that. Don't do that. We're going to get shot.
We can't do that no more.
And we're actually not doing a Hispanic accent. There's some chick.
We were watching this John Wayne. It was like
Chicago or something.
It was like
New York.
I think it was like a John Wayne Gacy doc on Netflix, and they were like, "Oh, what's it like now that they've found these bodies?" Or no, it wasn't John. It was some serial killer, and the girl responded, "Oh, we used to be able to go out and walk our dogs and go to the park and make out at the park, but we can't do that no more."
It was like the most ridiculous thing that they couldn't do.
That's
anymore.
what you can't do now that there's a serial killer.
We can't go out at night and make out in the park anymore. We can't do that no more.
We can't go out and just.
But we're the only ones that think that's funny, so this probably won't get any laughs. Anyway,
we can't do that no more.